A lot of you have been requesting me to make a video all about level 2 and time and sales. Well, here you go. Oh, thank you. I can redo that. So the first one's acceleration. Now, when the acceleration is really fast, right? The market open, you've seen it when the tape is just going miles a minute. When that happens, that just means there's tons of momentum. There's tons of buyers. And you might not want to get in front of that train, right? If you're trying to short, or if it's acceleration to the downside. You don't just want to buy when it's just crashing down with a lot of momentum. When you see the tape just zooming through. However, when the acceleration shifts, there's a moment right when the tape is going a mile a minute, and then all of a sudden it just kind of pauses or like slows down for a minute. And not even a minute, I say a minute, but I mean like a millisecond. When that happens, it all of a sudden then shifts. And then it goes a mile a minute the opposite direction. You need to practice watching that, especially when it's a key level on the chart. And you see that acceleration come down really fast to a key area and then shift. That's when you want to think about entering some of your position. You need to know it's not the be all end all. It's just one part of the 5. The second is stacking action. Stacking action is when you see a ton of bids stacking up, like the example I'm showing you here. That means that there's people keeping it from crashing down further. So if for some reason you're hoping to buy and you see acceleration coming down to a key area, and then you see tons of bids stacking, 5, 6, 7 different orders with size, which we'll talk about next. That's another indicator that maybe you should buy some there. And that leads me to size, which I kind of alluded to. When you see a stock coming down with the acceleration on the tape, then you see the little hesitation and you see the bid stacking, but then you notice there's tons of size on that stacking. Meaning, if you see on the bid, there is orders at 5 cents, but they're 10,000 shares, 10,000 shares. Then you see on the ask, there's orders at 6 cents, but 100,000 shares. Or something dramatic. Well, that is size. If you see massive size on one side or the other, that's a signal that maybe that size is gonna win, right? That they're not gonna break through that order. So if it's coming down and you see bids stacking, that means that there's even higher odds that we're gonna reverse here, because the chances of them breaking through all those orders and breaking the size is not as likely, especially if the momentum, the acceleration, has slowed down. That's a key part. Spoofs are fakes, fake orders. Sometimes you see the bid stacking. Sometimes you see a big order with a lot of size behind it. However, you see it disappear every time the price gets to that level. And you're like, where did it go? That is a case where it could be fake. And this is why you don't just use one idea to buy a stock. You got to put them all together and then determine, is this a real move or is it not? And spoofs also is related to an iceberg order. However, the iceberg order is an order that only shows maybe 100 shares, really small. But yet every time it hits that order and it gets rid of it, it comes right back, it refreshes. That's an indication that, hey, maybe we have a big bid there with tons of size, that they're just not showing it to you. And then you see the tape slowing down and then you see maybe some stacking action. There you go. That could be your sign. The 5th one is prints. I know it's basic. You see green prints and red prints. However, you need to pay attention. When you see red prints, that means they're getting hit on the bid. When you see green prints, that means it's getting hit on the ask. So it's important to know, because if you see it crapping down with acceleration and you see tons of red prints, just zooming through, that means you know it's melting through the bids. But then if you see some green prints and you see that slow down acceleration along with some prints of green, then you know there may be a shift along with the stacking action and the size, right? If you get all that together, there's high odds we're gonna get a reversal here. So look, I know these 5 seem kind of basic, but there is a caveat to this. Because when I first learned level 2, I thought, oh my God, this is easy. Let me just look for this. And I started looking for it everywhere. And you're gonna see it a lot of places. And if you use this everywhere, you're gonna take a lot of losses. But how do you know when to use it and when to not use it? Well, this is the bonus I want to give you, and I'm so glad you stayed to the end. And don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified for future content just like this, because I'm gonna do more of this. And I've done tons of it, and I've done interviews with successful traders that you can learn from. But when do you know? You know to use this tool when it's at key levels on the chart. So a key support, a key resistance, a key trend line, a key area, red, green, VWAP, something that's important. Because if you use it at random price levels, you're gonna get random results. You need extra reason to buy besides just the level 2. So I hope this video helped you understand level 2 a little bit better. And I want to wish you the best at practicing. And please comment below if you have any questions, because the community that follows me is all about helping each other out. And I'm about helping you guys out as well. So if I don't get to an answer, I know the community will as well. Thanks.